Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today, we will explore Norwegian cod fishing with purse seine and bottom trawl. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video to support the channel. And remember to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next interesting videos. Let's get started. Fishing in Norway is one of the most important industries in the country, playing a major role in the economy and exports. Norway has a long coastline and is located near rich fishing grounds in the Atlantic Ocean, especially the North Sea and the Barents Sea, which are rich in fish such as cod, mackerel, herring, and halibut. Some of the main fishing methods in Norway. Purse seines. This method is commonly used to catch mackerel and herring. The net encircles the fish and is then pulled up from below. Trapping him inside. Gill nets. Gill nets are used to catch fish such as cod. The net is dropped into the sea and catches the fish by catching the gills as they swim past. Longline fishing. This is a common method for catching halibut, cod, and swordfish. Thousands of hooks are attached to a long line, often lowered to the seabed. Bottom trawling, used to catch fish and seafood near the seabed, such as cod and shrimp. The net is dragged along the seabed to collect the fish. Sustainable management. Norway is one of the world's leaders in sustainable fish management, with strict regulations to maintain fish stocks. The Norwegian government often cooperates with international organizations to set fishing quotas and protect the marine environment. Modern technology. The Norwegian fishing industry uses a variety of advanced technologies, from positioning systems, radar, to automated fishing vehicles, to improve efficiency and protect resources. Processing and exporting. Fish from Norway is processed in modern factories, then exported around the world. Norway is one of the world's largest fish exporters, famous for cod, salmon, and herring. The Norwegian fishing industry is not only economically important but also contributes to the culture and traditions of the country, with generations of fishermen having been attached to the sea and fishing. Atlantic cod, Gardus morhua, is one of the most important and famous fish species in the Norwegian fishing industry. Cod from Norwegian waters, especially the North Sea and Barents Sea, is known for its high quality and is an important resource for both domestic fisheries and global exports. Norwegian cod lives mainly in the Barents Sea, the North Sea and the area near the Lofoten Islands. These are cold seas and rich food sources, which help the cod grow healthily. The Lofoten Islands are one of the most traditional and famous cod fishing areas in Norway, where cod spawn in early spring, producing important annual catches. Fishing methods. Longline fishing. This is the main method of catching cod. Fishing boats drop thousands of hooks along the seabed to catch fish. Gill nets, also commonly used to catch cod. The net is dropped and the fish are caught as they swim through. Bottom trawling. This method uses a net stretched across the seabed to catch cod and other seafood. Processing and exporting. Norwegian cod is processed in many forms such as fresh cod, dried cod, and salted fish, klippfisk. Dried and salted cod has been a famous product since the Middle Ages and is still popular in many countries such as Portugal, Spain, and Brazil. A large part of the cod production is exported to international markets, contributing greatly to the Norwegian economy. Norway has a policy of sustainable cod fishing and strictly manages its fishing grounds. The government sets annual catch quotas based on scientific assessments to protect cod stocks. The Norwegian cod fishery is managed by the Norwegian Fisheries Board, in cooperation with the Norwegian-Russian Intergovernmental Fisheries Commission, ensuring ecological balance and long-term sustainability of fish stocks. Norwegian cod is known for its white, firm, lean meat, and high protein content. It is also a rich source of important vitamins and minerals such as omega-3, vitamin B12, and selenium, which are good for heart and nervous system health. Norwegian cod is not only an important food source, but also a cultural and historical symbol of Norwegian fisheries. The high quality and sustainable management methods make Norwegian cod popular all over the world. Purse seine fishing is a modern and efficient method of catching cod in the fishing industry. However, cod usually live on or near the bottom, so this method is less common than for pelagic fish such as mackerel and herring. In some cases, purse seines can be adapted to catch cod when they congregate in the midwater or near the surface. Steps for catching cod with a large purse seine. Locating the cod school. Before casting the net, fishing vessels use modern equipment such as sonar, radar and fish finders to locate the cod school. Schools of cod often gather in areas with rich food sources, especially during the migration or spawning seasons. Launching a purse seine. A large purse seine is a giant with a long rope running along the bottom edge. When a school of cod is detected, the vessel drops the net into the water around the school of fish. One end of the net is held fixed near the vessel, while the vessel moves around the school of fish to completely enclose them with the net. This creates a circular shape, trapping the cod inside, closing the net mouth, retracting the rope. Once the purse seine is cast around the school of fish, the rope at the bottom edge of the net is retracted. This helps to close the mouth of the net from below, preventing the fish from escaping. The purse seine acts like a large bag, holding the fish inside until they are pulled onto the vessel. Trawling and harvesting. Once the net has been tightened, the crew begins to haul the net onto the vessel. This can be done by hand or with the help of machinery, depending on the size of the vessel and the net. As the net is pulled near the surface, the cod will be collected in the bottom of the net. The fish are then hauled onto the vessel using a water pump or a smaller net to avoid damaging them. Preserving the fish. The cod brought onto the vessel will be sorted and preserved immediately. On modern fishing vessels, the cod can be quickly frozen or stored in cold storage to maintain freshness. Advantages of this method: high efficiency. Purse nets can catch large numbers of fish in one deployment, saving time and effort compared to other methods. Less harmful to the environment. This method often has less impact on the seabed environment, not causing destruction like bottom trawling. Difficulties with cod. Cod mainly live near the seabed, so the use of purse seines is not as popular as trawls or longlines. However, during the spawning or migratory season when they move closer to the midwater, the purse seine method can become an effective option. Although cod fishing with purse seines is not as popular as other methods, with the development of modern technology and techniques, it is possible to adapt this method to suit different conditions in the fishery. Bottom trawling is one of the most popular methods for catching cod in Norway and other cold seas such as the Barents Sea and the North Atlantic. It is done by dragging a net along the seabed where the cod live and feed. Fishing vessels are equipped with GPS, sonar and fish finders to accurately locate schools of cod on the seabed. Cod fishing areas are often deep fishing grounds where the fish live close to the seabed. Before starting, fishermen carefully study the seabed conditions to avoid dragging the net over areas that are too rough or dangerous. Bottom trawls are specially designed with a wide mouth and a bottom with lead ropes or heavy weights to hold the net close to the seabed. Once a school of cod has been located, the vessel drops the net into the sea from behind. The net has a wide mouth to catch the fish, and as the vessel moves, the net is dragged along the seabed, trawling across the seabed. A trawler works at a slow speed, usually dragging the net across the seabed for about 2 to 6 hours, depending on the size of the net and the depth of the fishing area. The trawl works by collecting the cod in the rear net bag as the net moves. The cod. along with other fish or creatures, are caught in the net as the vessel continues to pull. After dragging the net for a sufficient period of time, the vessel will slowly raise the net from the seabed. This process requires mechanical assistance because the net is heavy and contains a large number of fish. When the net is pulled to the surface, the cod will be in a large net bag at the back. Fishermen then bring the fish onto the vessel using a pump system or directly pull the net onto the deck. Sorting and preservation. The cod is sorted right on the vessel. The fish that meet the standards will be cleaned and stored in cold storage or frozen immediately. Non-target species or small fish can be released back to the sea. The on-site preservation and packaging process ensures that the cod retains its fresh quality until it is brought back to port. Advantages of bottom trawling. High efficiency. Bottom trawling can catch large quantities of cod in each trawl, especially when fishing in fish-rich areas. Suitable for cod, since cod usually live and feed on the bottom. This method is suitable for exploiting them with high efficiency. Impact on the seabed environment. Bottom trawling can damage the seabed structure, affecting the marine ecosystem, especially corals and benthic species. Catching non-target species. This method can result in catching many other fish or marine life that are not the main target, wasting resources and affecting biodiversity. To minimize environmental impacts, Norway applies strict management measures such as net size regulations, catch quotas and fishing area limits. Furthermore, the Norwegian fishing industry is constantly updating and applying new technologies to optimize the protection of marine resources. The bottom trawling method for cod is an important part of the Norwegian fishing industry, but it requires careful management to protect the marine environment and ensure the sustainability of fishery resources. Catches of hundreds of tons of fish in trawl nets are the result of large-scale fishing operations, often carried out on modern industrial fishing vessels in areas with large fish stocks. This method is especially effective when catching bottom-dwelling or midwater fish such as cod, pollock, and other fish. To catch hundreds of tons of fish in one haul, the vessels used must be large industrial fishing vessels, fully equipped with modern equipment such as sonar, fish finding systems, and powerful trawling systems. These vessels are usually 50 to more than 100 meters long, have huge storage capacity and the ability to preserve fish immediately after catching. Some large vessels are also equipped with onboard processing plants to freeze or process fresh fish immediately after catching. The trawl nets used in large-scale fishing are enormous in size, with a net mouth dozens of meters wide and a length of up to several hundred meters. The net is dropped from the back of the vessel and dragged along the seabed or midwater depending on the type of fish being caught. The mouth of the net is often kept open by trawl doors to maximize the area for collecting fish. Dragging the net through fish-concentrated areas. After the net is dropped, the vessel will move at a slow speed through the fish-concentrated areas. Each trawl can last from 2 to 6 hours, depending on the fishing ground conditions and the size of the catch. During the trawl, the net will collect the fish in the net bag at the back. When the vessel drags the net through areas with high fish densities, the catch can collect hundreds of tons of fish at a time. Once the net has collected enough fish, the crew begins to lift the net out of the water using automated machinery systems. This giant net requires great mechanical strength because the weight of the net contains hundreds of tons of fish and water. The fish are then brought to the deck via a fish pump system or a large conveyor belt. In some cases, the fish can be processed on deck, removing non-target species and sorting the fish by size. On large industrial fishing vessels, the fish are immediately preserved to ensure quality. Vessels often have super freezing systems or cold storage tanks that can store hundreds of tons of fish for days or weeks. Some modern vessels also have onboard processing plants where fish are cleaned, filleted and frozen before being packaged for export. Ecological impacts. Catching hundreds of tons of fish in a single trawl can have major impacts on marine ecosystems, especially if non-target species are caught along with commercial fish. Need for strict management. Fisheries need to be scientifically managed to avoid overfishing. Norway and many other countries have set catch quotas and net size regulations to protect juvenile fish and maintain long-term fish stocks. Cod. In the Barents Sea and North Atlantic, bottom trawlers can catch up to 150 to 200 tons of cod in a single trawl. Alaska. Pollock in the Bering Sea. This is one of the most exploited fish species in the world. Trawls can capture hundreds of tons of pollock in a single haul, contributing greatly to the breaded fish and surimi processing industry. Large-scale bottom trawling is highly efficient, but also requires careful environmental monitoring and sustainable management policies to protect marine resources for the future. Next, large-scale trawling is not only about harvesting hundreds of tons of fish in a single haul but also involves many aspects of management, technology, and the environment. High efficiency. For large industrial vessels, a single haul can capture a large amount of fish, from several hundred tons to thousands of tons, saving time and costs for each fishing trip. Economy. The huge amount of fish from these large nets not only meets the domestic market demand but also serves international exports, bringing significant profits to fishermen and seafood companies. Sustainable management. With the huge volume of fish caught in each net, the risk of overfishing is very high without effective monitoring and management. Catch quotas and regulations on time, area, and net size must be strictly followed to protect fishery resources. Impact on marine ecosystems. Bottom trawling not only catches fish but can also damage the seabed structure, the habitat of many other species. Trawling can damage corals, invertebrates and disrupt the seabed ecosystem. To minimize negative impacts, the fishing industry around the world, including Norway, has continuously applied new technologies. Eco-trawling nets, designed with lightweight materials and new technology to minimize drag on the seabed, thereby minimizing damage to sensitive ecosystems. Smart selection systems. Many modern trawls are equipped with fish selection systems, allowing unwanted or small species to escape, helping to protect non-target species. Fish tracking devices. Using modern positioning tools such as sonar and sensors, fishermen can accurately track the location of fish schools, helping to optimize trawling and minimize the risk of catching unwanted species. Sustainable development. The seafood industry is now gradually shifting to sustainable fishing methods, ensuring that fish stocks are not depleted. Countries like Norway have established international standards for fisheries management, including sustainability certifications like the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC), to protect fish stocks and ensure sustainable fisheries. Applying artificial intelligence (AI) technology is gradually being applied to monitor and analyze data from fishing trips, helping fishermen optimize processes and increase sustainability. Automated vessels. In the future, autonomous fishing vessels may gradually replace traditional fishing, helping to reduce labor costs and optimize fishing efficiency. Some examples of large-scale fishing in the hundreds of tons. Norwegian industrial trawlers, cod or pollock fishing vessels in Norwegian waters can catch about 200 to 300 tons of fish in a single bottom trawl. Barents Sea. For cod in the Barents Sea, Large trawlers can harvest 150 to 250 tons of fish in a single trawl, contributing significantly to Norway's seafood exports. Bering Sea pollock trawlers. Here, some large trawlers can harvest up to 500 to 700 tons of fish in a single trawl, thanks to high fish densities and resource-rich waters. Conclusion: 100-ton hauls from trawl fishing methods demonstrate the capabilities and power of the modern fishing industry. However, it is important to have strict management, technology application and protection of the marine environment to ensure the sustainability of seafood resources in the future. Fishermen, those who directly control and operate the trawl system, play a very important role in the fishing process. They must have high experience and skills to ensure that the netting, hauling, and handling of fish on board are smooth and efficient. Captain. The captain is the person in command of the entire fishing operation. They use positioning equipment, radar, and sonar to search for schools of fish and direct fishermen during hauling. The captain must have extensive knowledge of the sea area, weather conditions, and the habits of the target fish species to ensure the highest yield. Crew. On large industrial fishing vessels, the crew often consists of dozens of people, including those who operate machinery, handle fish, maintain nets and equipment. Large vessels can operate continuously for weeks, even months at sea, so smooth coordination between members is very important. Exports: cod, pollock, and other seafood caught from large-scale trawls in Norway, the Barents Sea, and the Bering Sea are often exported to major markets in Europe, North America, and Asia. Products such as fish fillets, frozen fish, surimi, pollock products, and canned fish are all in high demand. Supply to the processing industry: many of these catches are sent to processing plants, where the fish are processed into ready-to-eat products such as breaded fish fries, fish sausages, and many other products for domestic and international markets. Restaurants and food service: a large portion of the fish caught goes directly to restaurants and grocery chains around the world, where it is processed into delicacies such as grilled cod, pollock sushi, and many other seafood specialties. To maintain sustainability in large-scale fishing operations and prevent the risk of depleting seafood resources, many countries have adopted important protection measures. Capture quotas: countries such as Norway, Russia, and the United States